Afternoon and a warm welcome to all our viewers from around the world, including Malaysia and Pakistan. Today we have a very special session in store for you entitled the Malaysia-Pakistan Tech Meetup, brought to you by Aga Ventures in collaboration with Broadcast Maker. My name is Rajara and I'll be your host for this afternoon.
Accelerator program, which runs about 3 months in a year. Currently it's running, started in September, ends at the end of November. So that's one of our flagship programs. We also have eNation, our flagship conference, where and this year is going to be fully virtual, okay, due to the COVID situation. We also run boot camps, pitching sessions, to help early stage startups hone their pitching skills. So we provide pretty much this sort of training and capacity building interventions. However, for startups which are pretty much in their pre-series A or has got traction, we provide them interventions such as market access domestically and internationally. We also provide them, connect them to potential investors, and we have a publicity and promotion platform to help them promote and publicize their solutions, whether it's a B2B or a B2C type of solution. So, and Magic is also under the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. Recently, we moved into this ministry since May of 2020. Prior to this, we were under the Ministry of Entrepreneur Development. So that's a bit of a background of Magic. The kind of programs that we have run over the last, I would say, 6 years, about 1,100 type of programs, about 1,640 plus startups and social enterprise has been accelerated in the last 6 years. Out of which, in total, I would say in Malaysia, there are about between 5,000 to 6,000 startups in Malaysia, give or take, at any time. And I wouldn't say that all the startups are active. Probably about 70% of them are pretty much active in the market. We've got ecosystem partners. We've got about 120 ecosystem partners, which are mainly corporates, government agencies, industry associations, etc. And as of 2019, we have helped startups raise about 198 million ringgit of investment, whether it's from the VC, angel, or equity crowdfunding platforms. And the economic impact to the country has been 1.9 billion as of 2019 from our interventions to the startups. Yeah. Having said that, Magic has pretty much, we cover startups from very early stage, I would say at the universities itself, okay, where we touch base with budding entrepreneurs in universities, colleges, women, okay, who want to go into the entrepreneurship domain, youth, and the B40 income and rural, I would say, population in Malaysia. We try to, get them into the entrepreneurship sort of in domain. And Magic's role pretty much is four-pronged, which is one, we are a navigator, which is capacity building programs. Number two, we enable market access, like I mentioned earlier, domestically and internationally. Number three, we are facilitators in funding. And number four, we are also an aggregator, which essentially is regulatory and policy-based aggregation, where we influence the government, right, on policies which would benefit our stakeholders, which are mainly the startups and social enterprises. And Magic itself, I would say, intervenes when you look at our programs and initiatives. It cuts across the whole startup life cycle, and our intervention is ideation and validation at early stage, where we have programs such as community coffee chats, grill or chill, which is a pitching session. Spark is a program for university students. It's an acronym. Conferences I mentioned earlier, eNation, Symposium, and Innovation Week. Workshops such as the Ecosystem Builder, Online Academy. We have got a lot of online programs which we run for our startups and social enterprises. And we also run hackathons, Magic Idea Lab, Startup Weekend. For the middle stage startups, we try to intervene on the product development side to make them more efficient. So we've got boot camps, which is, and this year we ran a deep tech boot camp, emerging tech boot camp, and also drone tech boot camp. We have got social innovation boot camps also. Yeah. And we have got a plethora of mentors, which are from industry, and also some of our Magic employees are also mentors, such as me. I'm one of the mentors. So we provide access to startups for mentoring through the Future Lab platform. And at the growth stage startups, those who are pre-series A, and moving further and mature startups, series A and above, we provide the GAP program, which is a Global Accelerator Program, which is an accelerator which I mentioned earlier. We run it for 3 months. Industry-based accelerators. We also have go-to-market program through our ASEAN Center of Entrepreneurship, which takes our startup, the good startups, which want to expand overseas to the Southeast Asian countries, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, etc. Partners them with our partners in those countries for market access to corporates. We also have the National Innovation Sandbox for startups which are ready for innovation, which have got products which have regulatory barriers. So we funnel these startups through the NTIS program, and they will have, I would say, they will run pilots in a safe environment along with government agencies and corporates to get product validation and eventually market access. So having said that, in a nutshell, since I was unable to actually present my deck due to some technical issue, this is my pitch for today. And if anybody has got interest in talking to us, coming over to Malaysia, we can help domicile these startups in Malaysia and facilitate them for market access. Please feel free to contact me or ask me any questions at the moment. Thank you.
Anyways, so my name is Syed. I'm running my company. DPL is the name. And I'm also part of the Prime Minister's Task Force on IT and Telecom. And I recently retired from Pakistan Software Houses Association, through which we work on the ecosystem in IT and telecom. So basically, say IT sector is one of the fastest growing sectors in Pakistan. It's in fact #1 in the services industry. We have close to $3 billion worth of IT exports. The biggest market for Pakistani companies is US, which is 60% of Pakistani IT companies market, export market. And then there are other countries like UK, Europe, Canada, Australia, but I definitely see a lot of potential working with more nearshore companies, countries like Malaysia. Basically, this government, when it came, they had a special focus on digital, and they created a policy that was focused on job creation and exports growth in IT sector. That's why they have been very focused on creating programs that can really jumpstart. I believe Pakistan, despite having such a strong IT sector, has kind of not really uh, be up there to its potential, and that potential is now going to be realized. You often know as IT destinations such as India, Philippines, and Pakistan can definitely claim its space over there. So for that, the government understood there are a lot of branding issues, image issues Pakistan needs to work with. Uh, since 2013-14, Pakistan has come a long way. The image has been improved in a big way, and law and order situation is very good now. Unfortunately, while Pakistan moved to political stability, the image became very good, the law and order became very good, but the international perception did not move, in parallel with the real situation. And that requires a lot of effort and hard work from the overseas community, from Pakistanis, and of course, some kind of effective branding campaign from the government. And that's what government of Pakistan is going to be doing pretty soon. Secondly, we also realized that the services sector requires special focus when it comes to ease of doing business, development of quality talent. We already have 25,000 graduates every year in technology, but that needs to be increased a lot. So there have been many programs by the government to educate and take Pakistani graduates to the next level. And even the researchers and the undergrad level programs, they have been started, and the results will be seen pretty soon. Another very big initiative the government is now actually, the Prime Minister took special interest in, is special technology zones. We have seen such zones in Malaysia, other countries. In Pakistan, these kind of large technology zones will provide the ease of doing business for international investors that we believe will jumpstart everything. When we come to the startup ecosystem, Pakistan is doing very well. I think in last 2-3 years there have been huge successes or breakthrough moments for this system. And I would say that success stories like Kareem, that was bought by Uber just under $3 billion. Most of its co-founder and most of its tech team has been based in Pakistan. Similarly, there are many new upcoming startups like Baikia. Baikia just raised $13 million a week ago. And there are many such stories where companies in Pakistan have started to raise like a Series A and $10 million range. So I think there's a lot of potential that is just starting to realize in Pakistani market. So that's kind of an overview of Pakistani ecosystem. And I was told by the organizers I should present two things. One is the high level view of the market. Another is what we are doing as a company in Pakistan, and what we can offer to the Malaysian companies. So as a DPL, we are a very unique IT company, services company, but it's kind of different if you compare it to Indian or Pakistani services companies, because we have created a model which we call innovation as a service. And it's a very unique model where we have created a Silicon Valley-like culture in our company we call Rebel Ethos. And through that culture and having 100% agile environment, we are able to attract the best talent in Pakistan. And through that, we are able to deliver innovation to our customers. So there are two types of customers we are focusing on right now. One is startup companies. We become technology partner for the startup companies and help them from their idea to exit. And second is the corporate companies that are looking for digital transformation. And nowadays, a lot of corporate companies want agile and innovation in culture within their companies. So we help them because corporates are not kind of process-centric companies, and they're not people-centric, and that's where they need help. And that's where we come in. We provide consulting, and we provide digital transformation services along with the 4IR tech. So recently, for example, we have helped a fintech company in UK from an idea. We took them to exit, and they just sold their company called Aerodyne. That was a mobile wallet company. The entire product development was done in Pakistan. We have been involved in recently one of our startups customers, an IoT-based platform in US, which provides apartment buildings with built-in IoT. They just raised $7 million, and the entire firmware, software, IoT hub, everything is being done in Pakistan. And they have already signed up with the largest property managers, developers in US. Some of the names, they have 700,000 apartments under them, their management. So technologies, high-tech, fourth industrial revolution technologies like that, we are able to deliver from here in Pakistan. And on the corporate side, companies like IKEA, companies like the largest automotive company, Auto Vital in US, where we have competed with likes of Accenture and likes. And I believe Pakistan has more to offer because it has been undiscovered before now. So the quality of talent over here is, I mean, you pay much less than India, but you get much better quality tier 1 resources compared to what when you pay the same money elsewhere. So I think when you're looking with the Pakistani companies, you will see a lot better quality of resources, especially when you talk to the companies with good experience. And secondly, what you get is, I think, better, a lot of customers had talked about better English, better communication skills. So some of these things, I think, if companies from Malaysia, they explore companies, they reach out to Pasha, they reach out directly, they will find the best value when it comes to IT services.
Pleasure to be here. Okay, so can you guys see this?
Yes.
All right, great. So yeah, so my presentation will go through 3 segments basically. The first one is actually what problems are we solving, followed by a little bit about Aerodyne and the industry that we are in. And the third one is actually about our solutions as well. But of course, all of this in very high level. So what problems are we solving? So these are what they are, right? So some of the key solutions are actually about managing critical infrastructure. We do precision agriculture, project management, and also geospatial intelligence. This is not complete, of course. There's a lot of other things that we do as well. But these are the, I would say, the core solutions that we provide. Let's go through into a little bit of detail for each and every single one of them. So for critical infrastructure, we provide solutions to manage critical infrastructure like electrical grid, telecommunication, wind, solar, highway, road, bridges, ports, and whatever not, to enable our client to run their operations to improve their cost and efficiency. Precision agriculture is all about optimizing yield. So we use various crop productivity methods. We use mechanization, we use IoT, we use drone, we use advanced analytics, so that we can increase our yield itself. Now, project management is about ensuring success of mega projects. Even today, there's about 10 trillion of projects that are running around the world at the same time, and delays and non-compliance are very costly. So our solutions allow our clients to make sure or to reduce or even eliminate project delays and non-compliance. So those are for project management. And then last but not least is actually we provide effective intelligence using our solutions, which is the DT3 at the top there, which is using drone technology. We use our data technology, and we provide digital transformation for our client as well. So for effective intelligence, we actually have developed a platform where it allows our client, whether this is civil or military or even for industry, so that they can have good intelligence of their assets that are over, various locations around the world. So these are the high-level solutions that we do, and we've been doing this since 2014. So let's just take a little bit about Aerodyne itself. So this is a snapshot of our operation. Of course, we are based in Saburjaya, Malaysia, where our corporate HQ is. But let me just run through the figures at the top there. At the moment, we are helping manage more than 300,000 critical assets around the world. About 100,000 of them are also power line solutions around the world. And for WTG is wind turbine. In Malaysia, we actually do not have a single wind turbine that's functioning, but we do quite a bit of wind turbine, mostly in Europe and America as well. And likewise for solar farms. We are actually present in 35, this is not updated. We are about 410 people now globally. And in 2019, we are ranked number 3 globally. But anyway, so those are our HQ, but we also are operating in 11 other regional HQs around the world. So those are the locations that you can see on the screen. And through the regional HQs, we also collaborated with another 20 partners and collaborators that give us access to 20 other countries around the world as well. And at the same time, we also are present in another 84 countries through our partnership with the Global Banking Group and also with an engagement with the European MNC, where in those countries, we actually provide our solutions, the one that I mentioned earlier as well. Now, we are actually, so far we have raised about $33 million, and those are some of our key investors. Some of them like Axiata, Corp, Venture Tech are from Malaysia, but we also have investors from China, investors from India, investors from Korea, and Japan as well, and Indonesia as well, actually. So we are quite varied and spread in terms of our list of investors. Right. So this is our global ranking. What I would like to highlight here is that this is a 2019 ranking. We are ranked number 3, but this is the world's top 20 drone services provider ranking by Drone Industry Insights from Germany, as an independent body. And since then, we have actually acquired the number 6 and number 12 as well. Number 6 is Measure, one of the largest drone services company in America, and Falcon Eye Drones is the largest drone solutions provider in the Middle East. And actually, just a couple of days ago, we've received news that we have actually moved up the ranking. We are now actually the 2nd largest as well, right? So that's the global ranking. Now let's look at the global drone market itself. Now the global drone market has been growing by about 51% CAGR. And it's expected to be worth about 24 billion by 2027. So the top verticals are actually agriculture, infrastructure, and delivery, drone delivery. So drone delivery is the next big thing. You picture a situation where, especially even like Pakistan, Malaysia is a small country, but in Africa, in America, they are trialing this as well. So using drone to do delivery will actually reduce the delivery time, logistical delivery, very, very significantly. It is not widespread yet, but it's one of the fastest growing vertical for drone services. The top market is actually Europe, followed by North America and our region, which is Asia Pacific, APAC. That's why the red region that you can see over here. The top part of it is actually not so much of the data capture. The data capture part is only, if you look at this, at the chart, if you can see my mouse, is only 13%. So that's why I mentioned earlier in the first screen that what we do is actually DT3, which is drone tech, data tech, and digital transformation. So the drone tech is really, the component of drone tech is only 13%, whereas the data tech is the analytics, the data platform, the infrastructure as a service, connectivity. That's actually where the big value contribution from drone industry is. Right? So that's a general outlook of the services market. And this is the first DT. Now I'm going to be running through the 3 DT that I mentioned. So the first DT is actually the drone technology. So you can see some of the our presence, our activities around the world. So the strength that we can offer to any of our clients is that they come to us, we would be able to deliver solutions in their country very, very quickly. Back to Pakistan, we actually not there yet, but we look forward to have our presence in your country if there is if we can develop requirements in country. Right. So these are some of the actual shots of actual activities that we have done. Now let's go to the second DT, which is the data technology. So one of our core solutions is actually developing SaaS platform that deliver not just a sharing platform, but also the analytics platform. So the one that you see on the top left-hand corner is actually our WIN solution. So this is a full life cycle asset management system that uses not just data from the drone, but we can pick up data from various different sources as well that allow our client to help them manage their critical assets in a more effective manner. And likewise, the one that you see on the right is actually our geospatial intelligence platform, and the one at the bottom is actually Powerline solution. So what we have today is actually a proven SaaS platform for various industries, and it doesn't limit doesn't limit ourselves to the current SaaS platform that we have. Very often than not, we develop specific solutions as well for individual clients based on the core technology that we have developed over the past 5.5 years, basically. So this is the second DT, which is data technology. And of course, the third DT is the digital transformation. So the value of what we do is really when we make a significant impact to our customers. You can see on the right-hand corner, for example, for power line inspection and management, it has resulted in a substantial 20% cost savings for our customers around the world. And at the same time, we are accelerating the process by more than 400%. And that's actually what the technology is all about. It's about being able to provide digital transformation for our customers. So it's almost like digital transformation as a service. A client would come to us, we understand their problem statement. If they are in the exact same industry as we are already currently serving, it's almost out of the box. We can deliver our solutions for power line, for telco, for wind, for solar, and they can enjoy immediate cost savings into their operation. So that's digital transformation. That doesn't, we don't really just limit this from the technology point of view, but we also look at how we can actually help them optimize their operation. So we also every now and then would be wearing our consultancy hat, so to speak, to help our customers to ride on the next industry 4.0 bandwagon using drone and other IoT technology. So that's very high level. Of course, I will be happy to answer any questions or even post this meeting. I will be happy to receive any emails or calls to actually run through in detail. So what I've done, I've talked about the company, I've talked about what we do, the problem that we solve, and I've also given a very high level overview of our DT3. Now, my last slide is really just to share that I've already only spoken about the several options at the top there, but drone itself have so many other use cases as well, from oil and gas to environmental management to mining to emergency response to engineering work and all that as well. So people come to us because we provide immediate enterprise level solution. We provide managed services, so they do not have to worry about CapEx. They come to us, we can provide immediate deployment. In many cases, in where we have operation, we can be on site, if not the following day, or definitely within 3 days. So, and most of them would also benefit from immediate returns of their investment. Right. And with that, that's the high level of what we do. Thank you very much.
How's everybody? Everybody is doing good. So, coming to digital research labs in Pakistan, we've been working on an ERP product for the last, say, 18, 20 years. And we've built an ERP in Pakistan, and currently we are competing with the big names like SAP and Oracle and Microsoft in Pakistan. And we are planning to move out of Pakistan into different countries and market our product there as well. I'll jump on to a small presentation on what we do and what we've been doing. I'll share my screen here. Just give me a second. I hope you all can see my screen. So at Digital Research Labs, we've been operating since 2001. We're members of the local Software Export Board and the Pakistan Software Houses Association. We've been able to achieve CMMI level 2, and currently we're working towards the CMMI level 3. We have certain quality and other ISO certifications which are for quality management, information services, and information security management. We've also been certified by the Federal Tax Authority in UAE for tax accounting software, and the only company from Pakistan in the region as well. We're also partners and members with ACCA because for implementation of ERPs, we do require resources from the finance side, which is basically people who have knowledge about finance within an organization. So that is why we've partnered with ACMA, which is a Cost and Management Accountants Association for Pakistan, and we are approved trainers and employers with ACCA. Some of the companies that we've worked in Pakistan, we've worked with a lot of companies in Pakistan. Unlike others who are here who work with other global companies or in other countries, we've only worked in Pakistan so far. We've worked in, just to give you a brief idea of the type of organizations that we work with, we've worked with the government organizations, we've worked with process manufacturers, we've worked with discrete manufacturers, we've worked with FMCG organizations, we've worked with telco companies. So we've worked with a lot of companies where we deliver our solutions. Honeycomb ERP is an off-the-shelf ERP, which is customizable. It is cost-effective. It is easy to use. The reason that we worked on the ease part is that a lot of ERP projects, they do not see the day's light because a lot of training is required, a lot of expert people are required to use the software, but we've designed it such that people with very little education and very little experience of using computer systems can use the software. So because when we go into the industry side, they don't have so highly trained or computer savvy people. So we've designed it such that a person who can simply use a PC is able to use the software itself. So it is integratable with mobile devices. It has a complete BI framework built into it. We've built our own implementation methodology over the last 10 to 12 years because it requires a lot of business process engineering and business process implementation. It is secure, it is modular, so you don't have to, it can be cooked the way the organization wants it. It has in-depth customizability built into it, so it can be customized based on a customer's needs and everything. And we have a complete support department which helps the organization move on with the software. Over the past 15, 20 years, we've built a complete change management methodology where we can help our customers re-engineer their business processes and move forward. And we deliver tremendous value to the customers. As we said, we are the only tier 1 ERP company in Pakistan competing with the big names. I'll jump on to the product that we've been building. The product that we've built, the Honeycomb ERP, covers the 5 main domain areas of any organization, starting from the finance side. It covers the entire finance domain area of an organization, starting from its general ledger, moving on to receivables, payables, asset management, accounts payable, accounts receivable, budgeting, forecasting, bank management, and everything. The second domain area that we cover is the supply chain management, where we cover the entire supply side for an organization. It covers the supplier side, it covers the stocks and materials and their warehouses and their inventory side. Coming on to the manufacturing domain area. In the manufacturing domain area, we are the only ones who cover not only process manufacturing organizations, we do cover discrete manufacturing organizations. Process manufacturing organizations, for example, are organizations like the pharmaceutical industry, something like plastic manufacturing organizations, something like FMCG industry, and in the discrete manufacturing, we can cover organizations which are working in garments, which are working in steel manufacturing or steel products and all that stuff. So it covers the entire process manufacturing, discrete manufacturing, and mixed mode manufacturing as well. We do have the 4th domain area is the customer side. The customer side, we cover the entire ambit of customers, starting from marketing management, moving on to sales force, sales management, moving on to customer management, and after sales customer services, a complete CRM built into it, and ending with the point of sale. The 5th domain area that we cover is the human resource management. In human resource management, it covers the entire area, starting from recruitment, going on to all the end, which is retirement management as well. So all the processes within HR, within any organization, whatever the size of that organization, it covers all the HR side as well. On top of all of this, we have a layer of business intelligence, in which we provide customized dashboards for the top management to see their organizations, to take all that information that is required by any organization to do decision making. That information is available to the top management on clicks, so that they can just drill down and see what their organization and how their organization is performing, and they can take decisions right away. So this is the entire product, that landscape of the product that we have built over the last 18, 20 years. The whole, it is built in a Java environment, and it is platform independent, and it can be deployed anywhere. We have added some more options, looking at the current requirements of the local industry, and probably in the international industry as well. People want to go on to e-tendering, so we've added an e-tendering component to the landscape. we have added a complete platform of distribution management for organizations which want to go to the second mile and cover their entire sales side, which is how they distribute within one specific region, multiple specific regions, so they can go into a worldwide distribution as well. So it covers the whole distribution management for a specific product as well. We have added a platform of project management as well to it. So the problem that we identified while we were building this was there are a lot of companies which are working on different projects. What they do is they do their project planning in project management tools like Microsoft Project or Primavera. But when they go on to the execution part of that project, they're not able to handle that. So they have to work on two different systems. So what we did was we built the whole project management suite within our framework of Honeycomb ERP, and we built a whole project management suite into it. So what happens is that not only the planning part, the execution part of that project is also covered within the same framework. So it helps the organizations not only to plan projects, but to execute them as well. We do have a document management solution as well for large organizations where they move documents across the organization and they lose track of them. And this helps them to achieve less paper framework and everything. So the traits of Honeycomb ERP is that it provides industry customization and expandability, integrity of the data and its security. It provides powerful reporting, user convenience, and realization and convenience. Some of the advantages of Honeycomb ERP are that it is built on the Java framework, so it does not require, it can work on multiple platforms together. It is database independent. You can access it in the premise, you can access it on the cloud. So different modules, different models for deployment are available. It is built on an end-tier architecture, so it can be scaled up and scaled down based on the customer's requirements. It gives you enterprise visibility, unmatched flexibility, and real-time responsiveness. We've built our own implementation methodology, which covers all the 6 aspects, starting from project preparation, requirements and design, building, testing, and go live and support. So this is what Digital Research Labs has been doing, and this is our product, and this is what we've been. We can collaborate with organizations in Malaysia or in the Far East region to place in that. Any questions? I'm ready.
I'm Dr. Syed Alami from Pakistan Technologies, CEO and CTO of Pakistan Technologies, actually. If we go for about what we are proposing in Pakistan Technology and what we are doing in Pakistan Technologies, actually, our background is from software and backend development from last 20 years. And we founded this company 2 years ago, me and my partners in KL. And we started to develop some new products about routers, LTE, 5G, NB-LTE, and Cat M1 connectivity devices like CPE and SOM, integrated SOM, system on modules for providing the network connectivity to homes, SMEs, and also for some some customized application. Regarding this technology, we are providing 2 different type of products. The first one is ready products, which means some products like CPEs for telcos and and other customers. And the second one is custom design product, which we are providing for our specific customers from for specific customers in the market, which they provide to other telcos in other countries. Right now, we are working on some projects for that is target is Africa and Middle East, the telcos there. The second part of our projects is IoT devices, which is based on multi-sense decision making and security and incidents monitoring, and also reaction against any incidents, and also IoT-based automation and data acquisition infrastructure. Okay. Our other projects that came from many years ago is IPTV backend and platforms, which we were working on content delivery network, content processing, content management, soft clients and TV boxes, and multi-streaming for multilingual audio stream and subtitles. This is our range of products that we are proposing to our customers here, and right now we are working on some projects in IoT, like aquaculture. This is one of our most important projects right now. We are providing a security system and monitoring system, and also auto feeding for fishes inside aquaculture system. Thank you for your time. This is what we are doing in.
I'm perfectly fine. Thank you very much for inviting me. I really thank Mr. Syed and from DRL, who will actually explain what we are actually capable of doing in Pakistan. Let me introduce myself. I'm Hassan. I'm running a company named Graffitecs from last 10 years. We've been working. Our main capacity of doing is automation. We actually do business automation. We love to digitalize manual processes in businesses, in small to medium or medium to large enterprises, applications through mobile applications and web solutions. I'm happy to inform you that recently we have got contacted from a company in Dubai who are actually doing procurement for a hotel industry. Their manual task takes around 14 to 17 days to transform their business processes. We, with the help of technology, we digitalize their process, and we are so proud that we moved that process of 17 days to just 14 to 16 minutes. That solution is a complete procurement ERP with built-in CRM, sales, supply management, support, tendering, e-tendering process, bidding process. So this is one of our achievements. Second part, which I'm proud to have been done from our company, was a supplier marketplace. I've been listening since a while that Pakistan don't have a single portal where all the industries and manufacturing department has been listed. We've been selected from a company from Holland, and they have given us opportunity to build a platform, most probably or likely like Alibaba or AliExpress, and created a platform which actually expose our manufacturers and suppliers to the European market. We have created a system where actually suppliers from all around Pakistan can go live with their products, same like Alibaba, but totally focus on Pakistan industry to the European market. So this is one of our achievement. Thirdly, I want to tell you that we have been selected for a case study to digitalize Pakistan railway freight system. Now, when I'm talking about freight system is like we are managing all their manual tasks from moving from port, loading, unloading, tracking, real-time tracking of the goods, dispatching them to the destination. And when I'm talking about freight, it's Afghanistan trade, Afghanistan transit trade, which is starting from Karachi port till Telecom border. So this is a digitalization process we have been doing for Pakistan Railway, which actually we are using different technologies like tracking with IoT devices. We are actually managing satellite and GSM signals. We are making theft control with RFID camera readers and stuff like that. Apart from this, we are quite successful in delivering B2B marketplaces, enterprise applications like small, medium-sized ERPs, and we are quite professional in developing any sort of mobile application except games. So this is my introduction. We started our company in Dubai, and then we moved our team in Pakistan, and we are now operating in Dubai and Pakistan both. Our target market is West, Europe side, Canada, and we are moving towards Saudi Arabia, Qatar to expand our business. And we are very happy to be part of this webinar to introduce ourselves in Malaysian market also, and I believe there's a lot of opportunities and business there. Thank you very much.
I think the situation is not as bad as it used to be. I mean, that statement was probably valid, say 3 to 4 years ago, and today for the industrial application, it has been very widely affected. So I think the basic premise or the basic rationale behind this is just that people are afraid of what they don't understand. Right? So because of that, they will be worried about safety, they will be worried about privacy issues and all that. But this is no longer experiencing that. Globally as well, to be honest with you, some of the countries, some of the region are now very, very supportive of this technology because this is the next generation stuff. This is making immediate impact. There are some region that we are still experiencing tough operating measures, but generally things are now very, very positive. You know, if we were to look back to even when the first aircraft was developed by the Orville brothers, Bruce and Orville Wright, by the Wright brothers, right? So when they built the first heavier than air aircraft, their father actually disowned them. Right? So it's simple because people are afraid of what they don't understand. When people built the first train, a high-speed train to travel in America from eastern coast to the west coast in search of gold, there was a riot, so to speak. I mean, people said, don't build those trains because people will die because the train are traveling faster than a horse and the air will be sucked out from the carriage and people will die. So it's the same thing, right? People just afraid of what they don't understand. But I think situations are not so bad now because information are very well disseminated. The regulators are playing a big role in doing this as well. And frankly, I think things are very, very positive now. The only challenge right now are with regards to the bigger drones. that will be carrying human in the future. This is air mobility. Things are also happening right now as well. And one of the challenges is really to assure the public that, number one, this is safe. In fact, technology-wise, this is way cheaper, safer than the traditional method, because we no longer require pilots. If you look at all the accidents, are primarily comes from human error, and the air mobility or drones are an incredibly simple technology. There's very few moving parts. There's very little things that can fail, unlike the traditional aircraft. So, quick answer to your question just now. Those statements were probably true a couple of years ago. Now, not so much. And as people begin to understand that the technology is there to serve them, even if today there are far more people who die every single day from road accidents than drone. In fact, there's almost no casualty out of drone except for military, right? But the commercial drone does not, inflict any damage to humanity. Very, very minimal. Very, very small percentage. So it's really just out of ignorance, and it is our role to educate the public.
Hello, I hope I'm audible, and it has been a pleasure watching you and listening to the IT experts from Malaysia and Pakistan. Thank you all for joining and sharing your expertise with us. The idea behind Aga Venture is to build the business bridges between Malaysia and Pakistan. And we have recently set up, along with Malaysian partners, Gina and Azman, who have also been, have also participated in this meeting. And I think we picked up IT to begin our business discussion, because in the days of COVID, physical contact is minimized. And so we thought that IT is an area where we can actually start with active collaboration. And I happen to know some companies in Pakistan, which I believe are doing promising work in the field of IT. Pakistan is known for IT talent, both within Pakistan and also Pakistanis not working in the country. And I also have been in Malaysia for the last 3.5 years, and I'm pleased to see the progress which Malaysia is registering in the field of ICT, especially how the government is helping. I think this is very encouraging. Industry Revolution 4.0, the role of IT will be quite significant in that domain. And agencies like Magic and MDEC in Malaysia, I think, are at the forefront of fostering this change. So at Aga Venture, we are looking at mostly private to private contacts, which definitely involves government and policy. And I'm pleased that from Pakistan, Syed Ahmad was there. He's the head of IT task force, which Prime Minister Imran Khan had set up. He has shared his views already. And I'm also pleased to see like it was a senior representation of Magic. So naturally, we will have this government to government contact. But primarily, I think our objective is to, behind this introduction, is to see some potential collaboration in technical areas or through human resources, through exchange of ideas. So, for instance, we had a very interesting presentation about the ERP substitute from Pakistan, and whether this can have some partnership and market in Malaysia. Similarly, we had a very interesting presentation from Malaysia from drone, and given the peculiar situation in which Pakistan is in terms of geostrategic position, I think this is something which Pakistan would be and should be interested in exploring further, not just private, but also at the government level. So we'll be happy to make those connections later on, built on that, basing on this presentation. So I think this has been quite an encouraging start, I would say, we will be happy to connect both parties, either in Malaysia or in Pakistan. We will be sharing our contacts with all of you, and happy to be part of a business development venture in the future. So with this, I thank all of you, and I hope that this can be a useful start for our collaboration.